Part 75. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Su Xiaozhaji. Chapter 742. Wen, it's driving me crazy, get on your hips for a while. Ha ha ha, drunk so cute. Jinli leaned on the sofa, listened to Wen's music, and listened quietly for a while with her chin in her hands, then stood up. She looked very serious, and everyone didn't see anything wrong at first. Until Jinli said, "How about just playing the piano? I'll dance for you." Everyone. Still in a daze, Jinli had already spun around, and the hem of her skirt danced like a blooming lily. "Hey, can Jinli still dance?" never heard her say it. "If I don't know anything, I just want to ask, what kind of dance is this? It looks so good." Good looking ad one, Jinli is too beautiful to dance, isn't she? It looks a bit like a classical dance, but it feels a bit wrong. I just feel that this dance doesn't match the song well. Students majoring in dance didn't recognize what kind of dance Jinli was. However, it's true that Jinli's basic skills are solid, even better than my major. Jinli danced a few times and felt something was wrong. She stopped and pointed at Wen. "You change the tune." Wen looked at her cheerfully, "Huh." She had no idea what Jinli was talking about. Jinli frowned, not happy to see that this man was like a little fool. He rushed over and snatched the guitar from her hand, put it flat in front of him, and played it twice. After playing, he frowned even tighter. "This piano is wrong." Chin Ryu, who was sitting on the side. He coughed lightly and suppressed a smile. "Of course not, this is a guitar." "Ha ha 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 ha. Legendary cup pour my pair?" Laughing to death, "It's just a glass of beer, why did you become like this?" If it weren't for this guy playing the guitar, I really wouldn't be able to tell that Jinli was drunk at all. Asterisk. Jinli was a little drunk, but her thoughts were just a little confused, which did not hinder her perception. She could sense that someone was laughing at herself. "Humph, who is laughing?" She stared at Chin Ryu fiercely in her opinion, snorted, and then, everyone present was stared at by her one by one. Finally, her eyes settled on the machine in the hands of the cameraman. She could feel that a lot of golden energy and thoughts were transmitted through this thing. "Huh," she snorted heavily, stretched out her hand, pointed at the little brother, and said in a very dissatisfied tone, "Don't think I don't know, you are laughing at the little fairy." The cameraman was stunned at first, and then he realized that Jinli wasn't talking about himself, but the audience who watched the show through the live broadcast. He can't laugh or cry. The barrage was even sprayed directly. I love it, what kind of fairy baby is this? It hurts so much when I'm drunk." I've only seen someone who is crazy about drinking, but I've never seen someone who is so cute and foul when drunk. I want to form a group to steal Jinli, is there anyone with me? Form a group to steal Jinli and bring me one. Take me at one. At one moment, I was envious of Jinli having a fairy boyfriend like Papa Lu, but now I'm jealous that Papa Lu has such a big baby. Sure enough, I am not a lemon essence all the time. Hug me pair, I'm not kidding you, I love you. Jinli stopped talking to the audience. She glanced around and landed on everyone, and finally chose the most familiar Lugenja. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Su Xiaozhaji. Chapter 743. Sitting down beside Lugenja with a serious face, Jinli said in a dignified manner, "Bring my piano." Everyone. Lugenja thought for a while, and said softly to the staff, "Is there a guhan here?" "Guhan?" The staff nodded and turned to get it. Jinli looked at Lugenja dissatisfied, "What were you talking about just now?" Lugenja replied, "Let him fetch the piano for you." Jinli nodded and sat silently. In this way, she looks more serious and dignified than usual. The other four were a little confused by Jinli. Yi Beicheng couldn't help but asked in a low voice, "Mr. Lu, can Jinli play the guhan?" Lu Zhenjie smiled and said, "She knows a lot, you have to listen carefully later, this is a rare opportunity." Others thought that Lu Zhenjie was showing off his girlfriend. But the deists and the people from the Supervision Bureau who have been watching the live broadcast all the time did not underestimate this sentence. Daomen WeChat Group. Purple Jade Gate Deist Shui, are there any fellow Taoists who can fly with a sword? Go to this address XXXXX as soon as possible, don't miss out on a big opportunity. Mission Qinjiangzi, I know, Deist Jinli is playing the piano, but most of our disciples in mission are far away, so we can only listen to the live broadcast. Tianchi Dao Mao Hanzi, we are near here and ready to go. Purple Jade Gate Hu Zhengan, senior fellow Taoists, remember to hide your whereabouts when you travel, so as not to be discovered by surveillance satellites. If it is discovered that the Taoist Association needs to deal with the aftermath, the expenses will be paid by yourself. At all members. The painting style of the Supervision Bureau is similar. Long Hao, sharing address at all members. He didn't say nonsense, because most people were watching the live broadcast. Asterisk. Sitting on the sofa, Lu Zhenjie's expression moved slightly. Just now he has discovered that there are several auras that do not belong to ordinary people and are quickly approaching this villa. He sensed it, found a few familiar ones, and decided that there was no malice, so he didn't bother. At this time, the staff had already brought a guhan. Jinli recognized this. She stood up, waved away the staff in disgust, sat down by herself, adjusted her position, and plucked the strings twice casually. "This piano is not very good," she commented. "I don't know if it's a fan filter, but Jinli looks like a big boss to me right now. Jinli must be smart when she's drunk, she was so funny just now, but now she's more serious than usual. Ha ha ha, this piano is not good, Jinli dare to say it? Little fairy, it's time to show off my real skills." Asterisk. Jinli fiddled with it a few times, and said to Wenwen, "Listen, this is suitable for dancing." Wenwen was mostly sober at the moment, leaning on the sofa and looking at her. "Okay, I'm listening." Jinli began to play. Her expression couldn't tell what was serious or serious, her posture was elegant, and there was a faint smile on her face. Everyone's expressions quickly changed from casual to serious. Especially Wenwen and Qin Ru, they are two professional musicians. Although they don't know guhan, they have the same music theory. "What kind of song is this? I haven't heard it before." Wenwen was puzzled, and murmured again, "But it's really nice." Qin Ru listened intently for a while, then shook his head. "It's not like the one with strict score, which is relaxed and freehand, more like improvisation." Jinli played and played, and on a whim, couldn't help closing her eyes. The tune suddenly changed. "Two more, see you tonight. Ask for a monthly pass, ask for a monthly pass, ask for a monthly pass, say the important things 3 times. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Su Xiaozhaji. Chapter 744. The brisk singing resounded in everyone's ears. At that moment, everyone seemed to have hallucinations in front of their eyes. A beautiful silver koi leaped high from the water, and fell into the water again, splashing a lot of water. The world suddenly fell silent. Only the sound of Guhan Kingyu's performance echoed between the heaven and the earth. Lu Zhenjie sat quietly on the sofa. The song didn't affect him that much. He looked around, and the other 4 guests in the room had closed their eyes and were completely immersed in Jinli's music. The photographer brother still barely remembers his work, gritted his teeth and persisted. Lu Zhenjie glanced at him and moved his fingers lightly. The little brother blinked, slowly slid down to the ground, and fell asleep. Lucenja also closed his eyes. There was melodious music beside his ears, and following the music, his consciousness searched for the memory, and found the brightest spot of light. At that time, he was only over 1,000 years old and hadn't learned how to change form. It was Doughty who found out that he had just been born and picked it up and raised it. Doughty treats him like a pet, but he doesn't let him go far. According to Doughty's words, it is, a divine beast like you is a great tonic for many ferocious beasts like me. Little brat, if I didn't like you, I would give you a bite at the first sight. Eat it. So wait for me until you have no strength to protect yourself. Pixiu, who has not yet transformed, is just a child character, so of course he can't sit still. He finally found a time and sneaked out. Then, the little Pixiu, who had never traveled far before, managed to get lost. He ran around all over the world, and was even spotted and chased by fierce big guys. Of course, he escaped wittily in the end. Later, he didn't know how to run to a very beautiful place. There is no smell of ferocious beasts here, there are many flowers that are not useful, and the air is full of fragrance. The aura is also particularly abundant. Little Pixiu began to walk up the mountain all the way, and the more he walked up the mountain, the more intense his aura became. At the highest point of the mountain, there is a huge spiritual pool shrouded in spiritual mist and colorful clouds. Here, little Pixiu saw the most beautiful thing he had ever seen in his life, a very, very beautiful little silver koi. The music stopped abruptly. Lucenja opened his eyes. It turned out that Jinli was sitting there playing the guhan, and fell asleep lying on it while playing. She doesn't mind putting her face down either. Lucenja looked at the other people in the room. They heard Jinli's performance directly, so they felt the most intuitively. Looking at it like this, I guess I won't be able to wake up tonight. The audience is fine. When the music stopped, he reacted. I don't know why I think of my ex-boyfriend before we broke up. Love was really sweet back then. I was on my period during the middle of the night and my stomach hurt so much that I couldn't sleep. He came out of the dormitory over the wall to buy me a hand warmer. Tears streaming down my face. It was like a dream just now. I dreamed that when I was a child, I lived at my grandmother's house in summer. My grandfather carried me into the mountains to pick peaches to eat, and my grandmother sang folk songs to me. The peaches in the mountains are so sweet, but now they are gone, and I haven't been back to my hometown for many years. I think of my little baby when my daughter spoke for the first time and called her mother. Her heart really melted. What song is Jinli playing? I didn't even remember the melody, I just thought it sounded good, and then I was reminded of some past events. Really, I was with my husband just now, and he said he loves me when I came back to my senses. The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zheji. Chapter 745. What's wrong with Jinli? Is everyone asleep? Ha ha ha, I was very touched just now, but now I suddenly want to laugh. Jinli's music, is it magical? Asterisk. This time, Lucenja, who was the only sober person in the room, said to the camera, everyone had some wine tonight, and Jinli's music made me sleep peacefully, so I fell asleep. Let's call it a day. Good night, everyone. After speaking, regardless of the reaction of the audience, he got up and turned off the camera. The director of the program group, who was also watching the live broadcast, he was very angry. It's not time to rest yet, it's the peak traffic time at night. Boss, why are you so capricious? However, the director only dared to beep in his heart. He didn't dare to say, he didn't dare to ask. After turning off the camera, Lucenja leaned over and picked up Jinli, who was on the sofa, and walked to the third floor. As for the four people still paralyzed on the sofa and the photographer lying on the ground, Papa Pixiu said, what does it matter to me? This night, a trending search called hashtag quietly appeared, and unexpectedly became a hot search, jumping to the top of the list. Many netizens complained, "It's Jinli again, she's on the trending list again," but clicked in very honestly. However, the video intercepted by netizens, with poor picture quality and sound quality, appeared in front of everyone. Asterisk. The next day, when Jinli woke up, she was still a little dazed. She sat on the bed, dazed for a few minutes, before remembering what happened last night. She remembered that she had played a piece of music. But it's just playing by hand. Jinli let out a breath. Fortunately, I was in a good mood at that time, and the music I played was naturally full of love. Jinli got up and turned on the camera by the way. As soon as her footage appeared, many viewers who had been in front of the TV early became excited. Ah, Jinli, you finally showed up. Did Jinli just wake up? Lazy fairy, Father Lu's breakfast is almost ready, and he is waiting for you. I have a neurasthenia, insomnia and dreamy nights, and often wake up with a start. Jinli, I slept very well after listening to your piano last night. When I woke up today, I felt that the world was very beautiful. During this period, I worked overtime every day, and the company also laid off employees. The pressure was extremely high. I lost a lot of hair, suffered from insomnia, and took medicine to no avail. Thank you, Jinli, for letting me sleep well last night. When I woke up, I saw a lot. I just do my own thing well and do my best to obey the destiny. I also slept very well, and felt much lighter when I woke up. Excuse me, what song is that? Ask Ad 1, I want to download it and store it in my phone, and listen to it every day to sleep. Asterisk. Of course, these Jinlis were inaudible. She yawned, washed and changed herself, and opened the door. Breakfast is already set on the table. Thank you, Lugenja. Jinli smiled at Lugenja. Lugenja smiled casually, I came here to learn cooking because of you. If I can cook something for you, I am very happy myself, so no need to say thank you. He wakes up early in the morning and is full after eating dog food. Dog food all the time, the two of you really look like an ideal love. Asterisk. By the way, Jinli suddenly remembered, how are they doing? She remembered what she had done last night. Although she knew that the music was not harmful to them, Jinli couldn't help but ask. Lugenja thought for a while, it shouldn't be anything like that, let's go downstairs and have a look after dinner. 4 more. See you later. The Koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the Koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zhaji. Chapter 746. The audience who heard them talking started frantically brushing barrage. Ha 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 ha, I want to laugh when I think of the other 4 people. Papa Lu, are you a devil? You just remember to hug your girlfriend and go to bed, and no one else cares about it at all, right? They are really fine, they just lay in the living room and slept all night. It turned out that the photographer was the first to wake up in the morning. When the poor little brother woke up, he was not only dazed, but also a little scared. Why did he fall asleep? The director must scold him to death? However, he soon discovered that he was not alone. The little brother who followed several groups of guests fell asleep. Then the little brother saw 4 guests lying on the sofa sleeping very casually. Jinli and Mr. Lu were not there, maybe they woke up early or went to the room. The little brother himself doesn't know. However, this did not prevent him from turning on the camera after observing a few guests and confirming that there was no ulterior privacy. So, the 4 celebrities who were sleeping on their backs, just so caught off guard, appeared in front of the audience. The clothes are crumpled, the image is unreasonable, and the makeup of the female guests is all flowery. Audiences. Ha ha ha, is the program group a devil? This look, I remember last night when Lu's father turned off the camera, they fell asleep, so, did they sleep on the sofa all night? What a miserable 4 people. So Dad Lu just ignored the 4 of them last night. Sure enough, he is a very emotional father. The previous one, highlighting the key point, Lu's father has no feelings, is to rule out one prerequisite, except for facing Jinli. Asterisk. When Jinli and Lu Zhenjie went downstairs, the lobby on the first floor was empty and tidy. Jinli said, "Huh, did they wake up so early?" When she spoke, it was obvious that Yi Beicheng, who lived on the first floor, heard her. Yi Beicheng ran out with a whoosh and looked at Jinli and Lu Zhenjie with grief and indignation. "You too? What a devil! Wake us up anyway." He is a little fresh meat who follows the flow route, facing the audience. He should always maintain the best image, and always let fans see his most handsome appearance. But last night, everyone saw him lying on the sofa sleeping sprawled, his clothes disheveled, his makeup messy and oily when he woke up in the morning. It's too awful. I don't know if Weibo will lose fans. Yi Beicheng thought sadly in his heart. Tang Yishan also came out. At this moment, she has finished her makeup and returned to the appearance of a delicate young lady. Looking at Jinli and Lu Zhenjie, Tang Yishan felt angry. She asked angrily, "How could you go away so selfishly last night? Did you mean?" She didn't finish her sentence. Because the sharp sword above his head clearly showed his sense of existence. Tang Yishan had goosebumps on the back of her neck. She looked up, and Jinli was looking at her meaningfully. Tang Yishan was shocked, and said dryly, "Did you discuss it with the director on purpose to see our embarrassment?" Humph. As soon as the conversation changed, he said that Jinli's behavior was deliberately arranged by the program team. It's a pity that Jinli didn't cooperate with her, and said very sincerely, "I don't know if I fell asleep. Lu Zhenjie, have you discussed it with the director?" Lu Zhenjie shook his head. "No, I didn't call them, it's just because I accidentally forgot them." You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Su Xiaozhaji. Chapter 747. Tang Yishan. Yi Beicheng. We are such a big group, do you just forget about us? Ha ha ha. Lu's father really deserves to be Jinli's boyfriend, he is so straightforward. The overbearing boss is not just talking, except for Jinli, everyone is just a cloud in Lu's father's eyes. While talking here, Wenwen and Qin Ru also came downstairs. As soon as she saw Jinli, Wenwen's eyes lit up. "Jinli, what song did you play last night? It's so good. But I just thought it was good in a daze. I thought about it for a long time this morning, but I couldn't think of a specific song. Tune." She patted herself on the head. "It shouldn't be, my memory has always been very good." Jin Leixin said, "Of course you can't remember, this is a genuine piece of music, how can humans remember it?" She smiled and said, "It's normal that you don't remember, I don't even remember myself. I just fell asleep and played blindly last night. That's it." Wenwen muttered, "When the time comes, watch the show and listen to it again." She put it down, and said, "However, your song is really amazing. I slept so well last night. I haven't slept so soundly for a long time, and my body is extra light. I didn't lie on the sofa at all. A night of discomfort." Jinli liked to chat with Wenwen. Because this girl has a good eye and speaks nicely. She proudly said, "Of course, I don't even want to see who played it." Wenwen gave a thumbs up, "Amazing." Jinli nodded reservedly, "Thank you." Other people. "Ha ha ha ha, a rainbow fart and a narcissist, a perfect match. I like Wenwen, I feel that she is very real." Wenwen covered her stomach and rubbed it twice while talking. Jinli asked, "What about you?" Wenwen said embarrassedly, "Qin Ru and I came down to wait for the takeaway, so we woke up in the morning and didn't want to move." Yi Beicheng and Tang Yishan looked at each other, but neither of them made breakfast. The director team understands that everyone did not have a good rest last night and did not have any activities in the morning. As soon as Jinli said it was okay, I went upstairs and lay down first, when the phone rang suddenly. She took out her mobile phone, and it turned out to be Lu Jianzhen calling. It's strange, my sister knows that she is recording a show, so she wouldn't call herself at such a time under normal circumstances. Jinli glanced at Lu Zhenjia, got up and walked out of the balcony. There are no cameras here, and she will not be heard by others or the audience. Sister? What happened? Jinli Lu Jianzhen called her by her name, her tone was a little strange. A very strange thing has indeed happened here. Lu Jianzhen said slowly, do you still remember the portrait I drew for you? Jinli blinked her eyes and thought of a possibility. She waited for Lu Jianzhen to say. At this moment, Lu Jianzhen, who is far away in the country of white pigeons, is standing at the door of the studio with a messy face, looking at the girl in white who is looking at everything curiously, with a messy expression. The portrait I painted for you seems to be alive. It's not that Lu Jianzhen didn't suspect that this was a conspiracy. For example, a gang of thefts committed a crime, stole this priceless painting, and found someone similar to Jinli to play a supernatural event. But when she saw the girl's face, she dismissed the idea. If a woman with such a face can really have such a face, why should she be wrong to be a liar? She is just a vase, no matter whether she enters the entertainment industry or becomes a courtesan, she has a better future than being a liar. 6 After the update is completed, it is another day of stepping on the update, happy. Tomorrow, Gao Lengzi will go to see Fa Xiao, whom he hasn't seen for a long time, and there will be an update in the evening. Well, continue to ask for a monthly pass for this month, compare your heart. The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zheji. Chapter 748. Lu Jianzhen was just an ordinary person, and Jinli could completely imagine how shocked she was when this happened. You wait a moment, she won't hurt you. I'll talk to the director here, Jinli said. Lu Jianzhen knew that Jinli was filming a show, so he didn't say anything. Hanging up the phone, Jinli went upstairs, turned off the camera, and contacted the director. I have something very, very important, and I have to leave. Director. What are you kidding? Now that the show has started and the response is good, you want to leave? And still go abroad? When will you come back? What about the show? Jinli turned around and thought for a while, then said, then, if not, let the camera take more pictures. Director, huh? Jinli thought his idea was brilliant. She patted her thigh, that's it? I'm going to the white pigeon country to deal with some things. Anyway, fireworks in the world can't just stay in one place every day, right? The director thought her statement was ridiculous. At this time, a hand suddenly appeared beside Jinli, and that hand took the phone in her hand. Hey, director, it's me, Lu Zhenjia. Director. 2 minutes later, Lu Zhenjia hung up the phone and returned the phone to Jinli. Done, he said. Get ready, my private jet will pick us up in 20 minutes. Jinli blinked her eyes and said, you're amazing. Lu Zhenjia said lightly, the power in the world. You can do it too, Jinli. Jinli stuck out her tongue, forget it, I'm not interested in this. Now that the communication was established, the two of them turned on the camera after confirming. Jinli said to the camera, I have something very important to go to the white pigeon country. So in the next period of time, our recording will have to change location. Dove Country, is this some new gameplay developed by the program group? Very important thing, what is it? Looking forward, it's great to see new scenery. Jinli and Lu Zhenjia boarded the plane in a hurry. Wow, the legendary private jet. I've known you for a long time. So anxious, is it something very important? It is not close from the country of flowers to the country of white pigeons. Jinli slept on his side on the blanket as before. And at this moment, Dove Country. In Lu Jianzhen's manner. She was sitting face to face with the girl in white. Lu Jianzhen's eyes fell on the girl, and he couldn't look away for a long time. Who are you? Are you the painting? She asked. The girl in white had clear eyes, and her expression was as innocent as a child's. I'm the spirit in the painting, I don't have a name, she replied crisply. After a while, Lu Jianzhen has already confirmed that this is said to be the girl who painted the spirit, and she really doesn't mean to hurt anyone. She is no different from a newborn child, and she doesn't understand anything. But the speed of learning knowledge is fast enough. Artists are bold and imaginative, and Lu Jianzhen is no longer afraid of her. She asked curiously, I drew the portrait according to Jinli's appearance. If you are the spirit of this painting, why do you look different from Jinli? The primate has a beautiful face in this painting. It looks somewhat similar to Jinli, but completely different. Hearing her question, there were 2 points of pride and awe in Ling Ling's expression in the painting. What kind of a big man is Fairy Jinli? I am lucky to be able to be 3 points like her. The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zhaji. Chapter 749. Lu Jianzhen. She looked confused. What are you talking about? Fairy Jinli? Are you talking about Jinli? Hua Zhongling nodded. Yes, Fairy Jinli. She is a very, very powerful fairy. 10,000 times more powerful than me. After all, the spirit in the painting was a spirit that had just taken shape. She couldn't describe the magic and power of a real fairy. She could only use some simple words to describe how Jinli felt to her. But this was enough to shock Lu Jianzhen. God, Lu Jianzhen exclaimed, Jinli? Fairy. Immortal. Jinli, who was still sleeping on the plane, didn't know that she just fell off in front of Lu Jianzhen unexpectedly. The plane stopped directly on the lawn of Lu Jianzhen's manor. Is this where Jinli is coming? Wow, this place is so beautiful. It looks like a place where rich people live, right? Lu Jianzhen had already received a call to welcome him out. When Jinli saw her, she called out to her sister. Lu Zhenjia also called her sister. Lu Jianzhen looked a little weird. He looked at Jinli's photographer brother who stretched out his hand, but he still didn't say anything. Netizens are not so calm. This is Lu Jianzhen, MRS Lu. Walk, I am so excited to see my goddess while watching a star variety show. Etc. Isn't the point. MRS Lu is Father Lu's older sister. Just now Jinli called her sister very naturally, and MRS Lu was also very natural. So, does this mean that Jinli has obtained the consent of the Lu family? Upstairs, I will give you a popular science at present. The head of the Lu family and the largest shareholder of the Lu family group are all Papa Lu. In other words, Jinli and Lu's father did not need the consent of the so-called Lu family when they fell in love or even got married in the future. It is enough for Lu's father to be happy alone. Do you understand? The sisters in front are correct. My father, Lu, is not the second or third generation who still depends on his family to see his parents' faces. Asterisk. Jinli and Lu Zhenjia entered the room. A white figure rushed out of the room, and Ruyan Yulin was about to plunge into Jinli's arms. Jinli hadn't moved yet, and Lu's father quickly pulled his girlfriend over to avoid the warm embrace. What caught my eye was a beautiful girl like a deer. She is really like a deer, with fair and flawless skin, delicate and moving facial features, and a pair of dark eyes that are wet, as clear as the surface of a quiet lake in autumn night. The beautiful girl didn't get Jinli, so she pursed her lips a little aggrieved, but flinched in fear when she met Lu Zhenjia's eyes. Jinli fairy, little fairy. Hua Zhongling looked at Jinli with attachment. He wanted to call her Jinli fairy, but then remembered what Lu Jianzhen taught her to call her, so he quickly changed it. Looking at Lu Jinjia again, "Pi, Mr. Lu." She really wanted to call Master Pixiu. Master Pixiu's aura is so scary. She is just a lowly spirit in the painting, why should she face such a big boss? Jinli looked at the girl in front of him strangely. She was originally just a dead thing outlined with mundane paint, but she gave birth to spiritual consciousness by accident, and this opportunity was closely related to her. In the dark, there is a bit of cause and effect entangled in himself and her. She looked at the little painting spirit with a little affection. You. Jinli wanted to say something, but also thought it would be inconvenient to broadcast live, so she could only smile. Hello. Two more first. I got home at 8 o'clock in the evening, and it was another birthday day. See you later. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Koi Fairy Wife is Sweet as Honey, Love from the Koi Goddess. Author, Su Xiaozhezhi. Chapter 750. Wow, where did this little beauty come from? Why do I think she looks a bit like Jinli? What a charming girl. Who is she? Does anyone know her profile? The audience was very curious about the girl in white who suddenly appeared. Jinli smiled at the camera. I'll chat with my sister for a while, and I can let my brother show you the scenery of the manor. It's beautiful. Lu Jianzhen also smiled, and called the housekeeper over. Mr. Wenson, please introduce my manor to our audience. Okay, ma'am. The not-so-young butler had a serious face and a very polite attitude. When he was facing the cameraman, he had already switched to fluent Mandarin Chinese. Guests, please follow me. It was the first time for many audiences to see this kind of authentic backcountry architecture, and they didn't feel bored. Lu Jianzhen, Jinli, and Lu Jinjia brought the painting spirit into the house. Lu Jianzhen glanced at his younger brother and said, "Sir, go and make me some refreshments." In her heart, her younger brother didn't know about Jinli. In this case, the following chat is not very suitable for him to hear. But Lu Jinjia didn't leave. He said directly, "If you want to talk about Jinli's identity next, then there's no need to dismiss me, sister." Lu Jianzhen was taken aback for a moment, then shocked. "You?" "I knew it a long time ago," Lu Jinjia said. "In fact, he not only knows, but he is not even human." But this, Lu Jinjia took a look at Lu Jianzhen, and felt that it was better not to irritate him all of a sudden. Lu Jianzhen looked at Lu Jinjia in a daze, and on the other hand he was relieved. He knows. Since he knew everything, he didn't have to worry about anything, how to tell him the truth after discovering the problem. Lu Jianzhen looked at Jinli seriously, and first introduced the girl in white beside him. "This, if nothing else happens, she is probably the painting I drew before." After speaking, she stared closely at the reactions of the two people opposite her. However, both Jinli and Lu Jinjia were very calm about what should have been said to shock the two of them. Jinli, "Oh, I know that, I can see it." Lu Jinjia didn't speak. Lu Jianzhen asked in shock, "Don't you guys think this is so unbelievable? Forget about Jinli, how about you, Sir?" Lu Jinjia calmed down. "There's something unbelievable, it's too normal." Lu Jianzhen. "Where is normal?" Lu Jianzhen took a deep breath, and looked at Jinli seriously. Then the second question, "Jinli, who are you?" Jinli looked at her and blinked. "Sister, how do you know?" Ling in the painting said weakly, I'm sorry, Fairy Jinli, I said it." Jinli glanced at her. "I see." Lu Jianzhen kept staring at Jinli closely. Seeing that she was not surprised or denied it at all, he couldn't help asking, "So you are really the fairy?" she said. "That's right," Jinli said reservedly, "I am a little fairy from the sky. I told you a long time ago, but no one ever believed it." Lu Jianzhen. You said it so casually, who would believe it would be strange, right? The koi fairy wife is sweet as honey, love from the koi goddess. Author, Sushao Zheji. Chapter 751. Seeing Jinli's natural look, Lu Jianzhen didn't know what expression he should put on. She swept her eyes and landed on her younger brother with a calm face. There was a breakthrough in the inner emotions. So, you already knew that Jinli was not? Lu Jianzhen asked. Lu Jianzhen nodded. He knows the time, it's very early, it's not an exaggeration. Okay, you guys, Lu Jianzhen stared, you're hiding it from me, aren't you? Sister, seeing her like this, Jinli quickly comforted her, don't be angry, you said I won't tell you the truth, but if I do tell you, will you accept it? Will you be happy? Lu Jianzhen. She really thought about it carefully, and said uncertainly, actually, I think it's good that I don't know about this matter. If you don't know anything, you can face it with the happiest and most natural attitude. No worries at all. Right, Jinli said. She looked at Lu Jianzhen's appearance, and suggested intimately, actually, if you really don't want to know about this matter, I can also erase this memory for you. Eliminate, Lu Jianzhen's eyes widened, is it still possible? That's right, Jinli said, it's not just about erasing memories. You want something else. As long as you dare to think about it, there are very few things I can't do. That's it, Lu Jianzhen suddenly said excitedly, if you are really a fairy, then what does your fairy look like? Can I take a look? Can I draw a picture of you? Also, the fairy lives, what does the place look like? Can I draw it? Jinli. Should it be said that he really deserves to be a painter? The requests are actually related to painting. She thought about it for a while, and suddenly a silver light flashed on her body, and the clothes that were originally in a modern style had turned into a gorgeous silver silk weaving dress. Even her long hair was tied up in a delicate silver flower crown. Lu Jianzhen looked at the scene in surprise. The woman in front of him, should be a goddess. Her facial features were not much different from Jinli in the world. But such a dress, coupled with an indescribable aura that made her feel a little strange, made people feel that she was really different from Jinli. It's so different that even Lu Jianzhen feels strange. She called her name cautiously, Jinli. The goddess sitting opposite her just smiled. With this smile, the inexplicable ethereal and sacred feeling on her body melted like ice and snow. Looking at her, she looked like the Jinli that Lu Jianzhen was familiar with again. Lu Jianzhen breathed a sigh of relief in his heart, and said with a smile, just now, you looked so strange without smiling. Jinli smiled and said, it's been a long time since I've become like this, and I'm still not used to it. She is also a goddess with high seniority and status in the heavenly world. Sometimes, for the sake of ostentation, it is necessary to put on a show. Lu Jianzhen sat beside her quietly, looking at her current appearance. There was a trace of nostalgia in his eyes. He looked at Jinli and suddenly asked, this flower crown is beautiful, where did it come from? Jinli looked at him suspiciously, raised his hand, and took off the flower crown on his head to take a look. It is a very beautiful corolla, on which are densely piled delicate epiphyllum flowers, and on the tip of each stamen, there is a little bit of starlight jumping. 4 more, I came back late today, I can't write too much pain from handicap. Chapter 2 will be updated tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Good night. Ask for a monthly ticket, please ask for a monthly ticket.